Hello and happy hump day, everyone. I am going to switch it up a little bit because I'm going to tell y'all why. Normally I do motivational speeches on Wednesdays, but I did not know that COVID got so bad that there are a lot of restrictions set in place at the outreach centers that I normally go out and speak at on the weekly basis. So just because of the safety of myself and others, I had to try to find a way to be creative. I know a lot of the people at the outreach centers, they do view my my YouTube channel, so I don't want to not get this message across. I did take my time out and prepare a message. I'm always so excited when preparing these messages, so this video might be a little longer than what I normally do. I just decided in my mind, like, to just be creative. I made a video about that the other day, like, you gotta be creative in the things that you do. And I'm just gonna get this message across, you guys. So hopefully it will reach the hearts and minds of someone, and they will receive something from this message. So yesterday I did just make a really short video about positive mental attitude, P.M.A. So I was like, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna make my speech about on Wednesday. I was like totally confused as to what direction that I was going to go in for today's speech. My speech last week was about I know I did one about spirituality, I did one about purpose, I did a speech about willpower last week. That was like going right into the new year. So these messages, I feel like they are very timely, and I feel like God just gives me messages like straight from heaven, like straight to my heart, and these are things that I apply to myself on a regular basis. So you know, in accordance to my my little short video on P.M.A. yesterday, positive mental attitude, I decided, just because it has been showing up and just like slapping me in my face so often lately, I listen to a lot of motivational speaking. I listen to lectures. I do have my favorites. Napoleon Hill was one of my all-time favorite motivational speakers. I just learned so much from him. Jim Rohn, I learned so much from him, and they always talk about mental health. You have to be able to change your mind if you want to change your life. You know, that is what hinders us oftentimes from moving forward, is because we get stuck in the same mental capacity for so long, for whatever reason, because that's what we're used to, that's what we were taught, you know, whatever. But it's always good to look at things. Perspective is everything. Perspective is absolutely everything, and it's always important to think about the way that you look at things. So I do mention perspective in this lesson, so I don't want to get too much ahead of myself. But anyway, here we go. I'm just going to give it to you just how I do it. I know it's going to be a little different because I do have like the reactions from, you know, from the audience and everything like that. And I just want to just jump right in and try to get this message across. So boom, I think I like that angle a little bit better. All right, so it's not morning anymore. Normally I greet everyone with a good morning. We start off with a moment of celebration. You know, I just have everybody clapping their hands, and we just in a moment of rejoicing and celebrating our lives. We have so much to be grateful for. If you made it through 2022 and God has you right here in the year of 2023, no matter what your circumstances is or what your situation is, that is enough to be over the top grateful for. So of course I hope everyone is doing well. Today's topic, I already mentioned it to you guys, is P.M.A. That is positive mental attitude. What is P.M.A.? P.M.A. is positive mental attitude. We got short slangs for everything else, and we got, what you doing, W-I-D and LOL and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is like a short slang for a person like me who does so much research into mental health. So P.M.A. stands for positive mental attitude. Positive. I am very big on definitions, looking up things, breaking stuff down, not only for you but for myself too. Like, I just need that clarification and just breaking things down. So positive. I don't want to talk to nobody like they stupid, but I am just going to start from scratch. So positive. So I have the definition for positive: a good, affirmative, or constructive quality or attribute. Positive. If you look up the definition of positive, it will say a good, affirmative, or constructive quality or attribute. Mental. Carry out or by taking place in the mind. Attitude. Attitude is a mental position with regard to a factor or state. Attitude is a mental position with regard to a factor or a state. So it's just like how you feel about something, your attitude, but it always reflects your attitude reflects on what is actually going on in your mind. So I got the definition for positive, mental, and attitude. So P.M.A., positive mental attitude, is a philosophy of finding greater joy in small joys, basically. So P.M.A. is the philosophy of finding greater joy in small joys. Why is positive mental attitude so important? Number one, you are more alert. You are more alert when you have a positive mental attitude. Number two, you will have less stress. Number three, you will be at lower risk of depression and other mental health problems with P.M.A. The best benefit of them all is a positive outlook actually makes you live longer. Like, boom, like, you don't even have to say that to me too many times. When I was actually looking up the benefits of having a positive mental attitude, they associated it with having a healthier cardiovascular health. Cardiovascular is your heart. Like, you will have a healthier heart if you have a more positive mental attitude. So, like, that was one of the biggest facts that stood out to me when it said that you will live longer. I said, let me look a little further more into that, and it is true. You will have better health. You will live longer. Your heart will be happy. When you have a positive mental attitude, you will do yourself such great benefits when you have a positive mental attitude. So 5 examples of positive mental attitude. 1, perspective. Changing your perspective has a powerful influence on your life and happiness. Changing your perspective, the way that you look at things. I see somebody post yesterday, good friend of mine, shout out to him. He said some people see the glass as half full and some people see the glass as half empty. So that's optimism and pessimism. The optimist counts what they have in the glass and say, well, at least I have this to work with. And the pessimist say, well, that's all I got. Like, it's only a half a glass. Instead of being grateful for what you do have, and in all reality, you do have your optimists out here and you have your pessimists out here. So perspective is everything, like absolutely everything. I cannot express to you the importance of how you actually look at these things. A lot of people complain about their job, which, I mean, we all hate our job. I hate working for an employer. Like, I love even the thought of me being being an employer or entrepreneur or self-employed or anything like that. I just don't like, it's not the fact that I don't like listening to nobody, but I am the job. I don't like I don't like working for no job. But even though you do have a lot of people out here that complain about having having to deal with their employer, you have the other people out here that are grateful to even have a job. So they might say this negative statement about whatever is going on at their job that they don't like, but then you have people that say, well, but I'm just grateful that I have a job, or this will only be temporary, or if I could just get through this and then get to what I'm actually trying to get to. And that is having a better perspective on the way that you look at life and look at things. It actually helps you get through these things so much better. You will be happier, you will be healthier when you just look at things at a different angle. Like, this is not my final destination. I'm just doing this to prepare for my to provide for my children, or to do whatever I have to do to keep some money in my pocket, but I have bigger goals in mind. So just keep in mind the bigger goals that you have, and it lifts up your attitude, and it helps you go through the day by day basis a little bit better when you have a different perspective at your current life situation, because it only makes it more harder when you have a negative attitude about your situation. So please be so mindful about your perspective and how you look at things. Perspective has a powerful influence on your life and happiness. These are all facts. Anytime I ever prepare any information for anyone, I am the look up queen. I never just come straight off the top of my head and tell people what I think. Like, everybody got their opinions on what they think. I research studies and scientific facts and philosophies that have been researched over the years, like proven facts. So these are not things that I have made up. Dang, I'm only on number 1. Let me get to number 2. These are 5 examples of positive mental attitude. Number 2, smiling and being kind to others. That is one thing that I have totally grasped the concept of. Smiling, being nice, and just having a good attitude when I encounter people at the gym, and maybe someone I don't know. I might be in a supermarket, like anywhere, and it brings me favor. Like, if I need favor in a situation, if I'm talking to a bill collector or whatever, I just learned to have a positive mental attitude. Even when things are not favorable for me, it will literally turn things around for me in my favor when I approach it with a different attitude. The cashier might be having a bad day. She might be PMSing or have cramps that day or whatever. And when you walk up and have a positive mental attitude, that is contagious. It rubs off on her. And you will have a more pleasant experience at Rite Aid or at the supermarket or whatever, where you approach people with a positive mental attitude. You ever walk out of an establishment, you say, well, that associate's attitude sucked. She don't need to be in customer service, because the way that her attitude is, she just don't know how to serve customers. Sometimes it's the customers that make the associates how they are. So, I get in the habit of smiling and greeting people with warmth and kindness, because it always backfires on me. It makes my experience, no matter what it is, that much more pleasant. Boom. Practicing self-compassion. We are talking about P.M.A. Having a positive mental attitude. Practicing self-compassion. Tell yourself, I made a mistake. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm going to jump back up on the horse and ride that puppy again. Next time I ain't going to fall off. We give other people more favor than we give to our own selves. We show other people more compassion than what we show for our own selves. Have more compassion for yourself. Like, have more compassion for yourself. It will totally work out for you when you learn how to be more generous to yourself, when you learn how to be more kind, more loving, more compassionate to yourself. It will all, I feel like my camera is so dirty, and it was. But it will just have a major reflection on your life and on yourself when you are more compassionate to yourself. So get in the habit of being more compassionate to yourself. Listen, do it like this. If I can't be kind to myself, if I can't say kind words to myself on the regular basis, then don't speak a kind word to nobody else. If you can't be kind to yourself, don't be kind to nobody. And I enjoy being kind to other people. I enjoy saying kind things to other people. So I say to myself, if I'm going to be kind to other people, I'm going to be kind to myself too. So I get in the habit of showing myself more compassion on the regular basis, even when I make mistakes. Be more compassionate to yourself. This is allowing you to have a better, a more positive mental attitude. That was number 3. Number 4, not taking things personally. Everything ain't no straight up all out attack on you. Like 9 times out of 10, nobody is not even worried about you. That's just, it's just how it is. I have learned to not allow myself to have, they call it thin skin, where everything just get up under your skin. Like, even when people try to get their point across, and it might not be in such a kind way, it might not be directly towards me, it just might be with the passion that they have for the situation or whatever that they're talking about or whatever. Everything ain't no personal attack out on you. And some people might just be going through a lot of stuff. People go through some things that you just don't understand. People go through things mentally. People do not have the self-control or the peace in their mind. I just thank God that I am in a place where I don't have to be offensive or, whatever to other people. God works on me on the regular basis, and I allow myself to be open enough for God to work on me on the regular basis. So everything is not an all-out personal attack on me. Everything ain't an all-out personal attack on you. It's just not. So that's number 4, not taking things personally. Number 5, being happy for others' success. I mean, we got some haters out here. Trust me. And I be like, I was that person that was so naive to the fact that I had haters. I was like, not me. Like, this little old dusty, crusty, nappy head from Germantown. My mom ain't never called my hair when I was little. Listen, I'm like, who gonna hate on me? But you got people out here that have more than you, that are more established than you, that is in that loving relationship, that has those degrees, that has that good paying salary job, and they will look at little old you and be jealous of whatever reason, of your spirit, of, or whatever, how you have an effect on other people. You can't stop people from hating on you. I just had to grasp the concept that little old dusty, crusty from the ghetto me had a nice sized amount of haters out here, and I just had to I just had to accept it. I'm like, why would anybody hate on me? But it's true. You got some haters out here, so you have to learn how to be happy for other people's success. Everybody not gonna be happy for you. A lot of people hate you just because they hate you, just because for whatever reason. But when you are happy for other people, excuse me, y'all, when you are happy for other people and their growth and their success, that only leaves you room for more success. Like, hating literally gets you nowhere. We talking about a positive mental attitude when you learn how to be happy for others and their success. So that was number 5 on my list of 5 things of that will help you have a more positive mental attitude, is learning how to be happy for others' success. So Oprah, I know y'all heard me talk about Oprah before. It might have been a while ago, but I used to look at a lot of her motivational videos. I learned a lot from Oprah, even after knowing her as just being the big talk show host. She's like one of the most successful talk show hosts in the entire world, even though she moved forward to retire from the Oprah Winfrey Show and just branched out and decided to do more bigger and better things with herself. But she came extremely successful. I mean, she played in movies, various movies that became very successful. The Color Purple, that is a classic. Oprah is one of the most pure-hearted billionaires. I feel like she my aunt. Like, I know her. Like, Oprah is so freaking dope. And I'm talking about Oprah because I wrote down some things about Oprah. So Oprah Winfrey is one of the biggest believers and supporters of positive mental attitude and having a positive mind state. Her success story is truly inspiring, as she has stated that without affirmations would be telling yourself, I am beautiful, I am blessed, I am worthy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am happy. These are things that I tell myself on a regular basis. So Oprah said these are things that come from the mouth of a black billionaire, that without affirmations, speaking positivity over herself, that she would not have accomplished all that she has. Oprah has allowed her positive attitude help her become one of the top 10 black billionaires in the world. P.M.A. We are talking about positive mental attitude here. From a child born into poverty, also a survivor of childhood molestation, just as myself. This is giving me so much hope here, just to have some things in common with Oprah. Like, that ain't the only thing I want to have in common with Oprah, if you know what I'm saying. Survivor of childhood molestation, to being a woman with abundant joy, peace, and wealth. So Oprah experiences abundance so much on the regular basis, and not just from wealth, not just from being a wealthy person. Oprah is just she's just so abundant. Like, she talks about how much peace that she has, how much she meditates, how much she prays, how much gratitude that she has for the things that she is blessed with. And she says for a fact that it is due to her allowing herself to have a positive mental attitude over the years. So boom, peep this. Oprah, along with many other celebrities such as Jay-Z, Harrison Ford, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mariah Carey, Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, Will Smith, Morgan Freeman, Ellen DeGeneres, and Justin Timberlake, just to name some, all attest to contributing their success to having a positive mental attitude. I did not just make this list up. I researched this. These are some of the most successful people in the entire world, and they all contribute their success to having a positive mental attitude. I know that we all can't be, or we all probably don't want to be successful celebrities, and that's probably not something that we all want for ourselves, which is fine, but we all want to be healthy and happy and financially free. We don't want no debt or no bill collectors, or if we just want to be prosperous in life. You have people that have gained much success from simply having a more positive attitude. This list blew my mind. I was like, wow, really? Like, that's all you got to do is learn how to change your attitude to gain this amount of success in your life. Positive mental attitude. This is what we are talking about today. Positive thinking just means that you approach unpleasantness in a more positive and productive way. I'm going to say that again because this is basically what having a positive mental attitude is. Positive thinking just means that you approach unpleasantness in a more positive and productive way. Boom. Like everybody is going to have unpleasant situations. Things are not always going to go in your favor. You know, the dog is going to get sick and whatever. Like things just happen. Life is going to show up. It happens. How are you viewing this situation? Everything that happened to you, it might just be happening for you. It might be happening just to make you stronger. God might be preparing you for more. If you roll on the floor and kick and spit and snot and holler every time a situation arises, God gonna be like, oh, you ain't ready what I thought you was ready for. So, I mean, you only really, in all honesty, y'all know I keep it funky with y'all. I keep it real. You're only hurting yourself when you don't have a positive mental attitude. No matter what the situation is, look at it in a different perspective. Learn how to have a positive mental attitude. I wrote down a quote from a man named John Mitchell. I'm not exactly sure who he is. I research everything, so I do have to look up who he is. I like looking up people and their achievements and their accomplishments and why they say some of the things that they say. If anybody knows who John Mitchell is, write in the comments. John Mitchell accomplished this, but I will research him for myself. But this is what John Mitchell said. Our attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards us. In a nutshell, that's basically what I just said. Our attitude towards life basically determines life's attitude towards us. So don't get mad when things is like rolling all over the place and you can't catch up with them, and when they say if it ain't one thing it's another, and you know it happened but why it had to happen like this, or she said it but why she had to say it like that, and like, you know, if even if it happened but it ain't had to happen in such a bitter way. Maybe you being just a little bit bitter. Oh, that's all I'm saying. Just learn how to check your attitude. Always, 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 always. This thing hit me like a ton of bricks. Always replace negative thoughts with positive ones. That's scary, girl. You crazy. It's too much going on. I don't want to be out here living in la la unicorn land all the time and thinking positive when things are so negative. Try it. When the enemy rises up to attack your mind and your mental health and where you are in your mind, replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. See how that work out for you. Like, seriously, just give it a shot. See how that thing will end up working out for you when you learn how to think on a positive basis. Listen, it's a new year. We got so much stuff going on. We got stuff that we want. We got stuff that we done been through. Try changing your mind about the way that you look at life and the things that you go through year after year on the constant basis. Just try to change the way that you think of things from a negative perspective to a more positive perspective on the regular basis. And I mean, get used to it. Get used to thinking more positively, and it will have a direct effect on your life and the everyday basis and what you go through. So that is it, you guys. That is my message for today. I'm just so glad that I was able to get that message across. Like I said, I wasn't able to speak before people the way that I do my in-person speeches on a weekly basis. I think I'm going to hold off on the resource centers and the outreach centers just temporarily. I did not know COVID got that rampant, like it's just really, really bad, and a lot of people are testing positive. I don't want to take anything home to my children or anything like that. God has blessed me and my household thus far. Like, none of us have any confirmed positive cases since the beginning of this whole thing. Like, so I'm just so grateful for that, and I want to keep it that way. So probably next week I'll be doing my messages the same way, and I'll reach out to everyone and let them know that they can catch my messages on YouTube until it is safe for me to enter back into the resource center. So I hope someone got something out of that message. God bless you all, and thank you for tuning in to my message. Remember, P.M.A. continue to have a positive mental attitude. God bless you all.